Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm also fantastic, and we've got a guest coming up later in the program. We're going to be visiting with Bryan Semling. He's the inventor and the founder of a company that has little building blocks called Strictly Bricks.
Okay.
Now, there's another brand out there called Lego. They're similar to that. But this is Strictly Bricks, where the other guys have all of these kits and all of these things that they're doing. And he's like, you know, when I was a kid, I just played with the bricks. I got to use my imagination. So we're going to chat with him a little bit about where this concept came from and all of the fun stuff that he's up to. You ready for a quote for the day?
Absolutely.
All right. I actually have two. Since it's the weekend, we always do a Saturday and a Sunday quote. So the Saturday quote is, give me a stock clerk with a goal, and I'll give you a man who will make history. Give me a man without a goal, and I'll give you a stock clerk. That was James Cash Penney, founder of J.C. Penney. Also, everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Albert Einstein. I agree. Make it easy, but not too easy that it just doesn't work. Hey, that was easy. Too bad it didn't work. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Let's do the whole darn weekend. Saturday, the 25th of August, is National Park Service Founders Day. It's also National Whiskey Sour Day, National Kiss and Make-up Day, National Secondhand Wardrobe Day, and National Banana Split Day. I think we'll probably celebrate that secondhand wardrobe. Heidi's a big fan of that. She's a bargain hunter.
Oh, I love thrift
She's
stores.
like, oh, hey, look at
so
this.
much.
And also on Sunday, it is National Web Mistress Day. I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound good to me. National Dog Day, so celebrate with your
I
pups.
love puppies.
National Women's Equality Day, and National Cherry Popsicle Day. So a lot of stuff to celebrate this weekend. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales. And you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs, but first, a Virginia man got tased by police after he ran from them in an attempt to hide his marijuana. So he was pulled over and he's like, oh, hey, I'm going to get away. I'm going to hide this marijuana. They'll never catch me. Well, they did catch you, and they also found the marijuana, and they had to tase you in the midst of that. They don't know if he's got a weapon.
You don't run from the cops.
No.
You just do what you need
Bad
to do. If
idea.
you're breaking the law, fess up.
Don't do it. I've been pulled over many a times. I've never been tased. I comply, and I'm very polite. Got your brain on drugs, coming right up.
John and Heidi.
This time of year, there are many parties, weddings, cookouts, and other events that often include alcohol. If you're drinking, be sure to have a designated driver. If you or someone you know has a problem with drugs or alcohol, there is help. The Addiction Hope and Helpline wants to help. If you feel like it's time to finally get the help you need, there's a toll-free number you can call, 1-800-438-0380. That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline, 1-800-438-0380, 1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. A Prince Albert woman is feeling more than just the effects of alcohol after an afternoon of drinking. Left Saskatoon police with an easy-to-solve case. At about 4:30 in the afternoon, they got a call from a bar saying a woman left without paying her very large tab. Unfortunately for the woman, she left her purse and ID behind, thwarting any potential dine and dash effort. An hour later, police got a call from a woman driving a black Mercedes, leaving a bar, and said there was a Diefinger Drive, I think is what it was. Anyway, without paying her tab. This time the woman left her shoes behind. At 5:40 p.m., about 10 minutes later, there was a collision. And the police showed up, and it was the black Mercedes, and it was a lady with no shoes, and it was a lady who had no purse, but they had her purse. It was an open and shut case. 35-year-old woman facing charges of impaired driving, driving while prohibited, and a variety of dine and dash related charges.
So she's driving around a Mercedes, but can't pay her check at a restaurant?
I think she was just drunk and didn't even know what she was doing. She left her
Good
purse
Lord.
at the one place. Yeah, bad idea. It's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, Real Housewives of Dallas star Stephanie Holman said that whenever the show comes on, she prays and watches it in her closet. So she's in the show, but she prays. Here's why. I've talked to people.
Because they edit.
Yeah,
it,
I've talked to people who've been on reality shows, and reality shows are not reality.
No.
They film about 45 hours worth of stuff, and then they use 2 hours worth of it. So they get to pick and choose. What do we want this storyline to be like? And it's not always in the right order. So I can understand.
Watching it in your closet isn't going to change what comes on that screen.
No, that's
you might as
maybe
well
not.
be comfortable.
There you go. And Johnny Depp is accusing Amber Heard of defecating in their bed after the couple got into a heated argument.
I read this story.
What in the what? What is going on there? That is just bizarre. And one last story here. Forbes recently ranked Scarlett Johansson as the highest paid actress in the world. That's pretty cool. I think
she is so beautiful.
She is, and very talented, so she deserves that. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now, your scoop of the day brought to you by 80sinthesand.com. A New York townhouse that was once owned by John Lennon and Yoko Ono recently sold. Guess how much they got for that townhouse?
Oh, gosh, I couldn't even begin to.
$8.5 million. Yeah, there's a little bit of room in there. Not a ton, though. A new study has the nation's doctors warning that clear plastic heels that the Kardashians wear will increase your risk of developing bacteria. What? How? How does that work? A clear heel is going to give you bacteria?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Does that make any sense to anybody? There's a link here. I'm not even going to click it because
where are they putting those heels?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. You might be doing it wrong. The heel is supposed to go on the bottom of your foot.
It's supposed to go on the ground.
And it doesn't matter if it's clear or if it's a dark color. Does it? Maybe it does. A New Jersey superintendent who was arrested for defecating on school property is being forced to resign.
What is up with people?
I just don't understand. It is bizarro world. That's what's going on. An Indiana man who is accused of killing and eating his girlfriend was declared mentally fit to stand trial last week. That is just so bizarre. I wasn't even going to read that story because it's kind of yucky, but it's there, so I did. It's in the show notes. California is paying inmates $1 per hour to fight wildfires. So they're out there working on wildfires. And
inmates?
The inmates are, yeah. And CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, told CNN last week that he fully admits that he and his employees lean to the left, but that doesn't affect how we censor content, he says.
Right, it doesn't.
Sure it doesn't. A new study shows that 80% of millennials are worried about Social Security failing. Millennials. I'm not even a millennial, and I'm worried about that. I wonder what the rest, if you break it down for the other generations, what their concerns are.
It's not good. It was a failed plan from the
beginning.
beginning.
Well, it was a good plan, but then they just, the government got involved and messed it all up. So it was a solid plan to start with, and then it kind of turned into not such a solid plan. So one last thing, Heidi. I think this is really interesting. A group of Egyptian archaeologists have recently discovered the world's oldest cheese. So as they were exhuming a site in Egypt, they found the world's oldest cheese. Do you think that it would still taste good? Probably not, huh? How long can you let cheese sit before you can't eat it anymore? I can tell you, every Thursday when I take out the garbage at our place, I'm throwing away stuff because we leave it in there way too long. My wife, she just scrapes off the mold and says it's just fine. So you would have eaten it, wouldn't you? You're like, yeah, it's fine. 2,000 years old. Yeah, it's good. I mean,
probably.
I'll scrape the mold off. It'll be fine.
It's supposed to be aged, right?
This is very well aged cheese. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can either add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. Or a combination of both, but there's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Sign up at betterresultsadvertising.com. That's betterresultsadvertising.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We got a special guest joining us today. We've got Bryan Semling, and he's with strictlybriks.com. Bryan, how are you, sir?
Good. Hi, John and Heidi. How are you?
We're super duper good, and I'm excited to chat with you here. Now, when most people hear Strictly Bricks, in their mind, they might be thinking like construction, the bricks you use to build buildings, but that's not quite what this is. Strictly Bricks, you guys have building blocks for kids. Some people might know the brand name Lego. It's similar to that, but you guys are Strictly Bricks, and you've got a whole lot of different colors and a bunch of different, does it look like different sizes even maybe?
Absolutely. So our products are compatible with leading brands, and really what we've done is filled in the creative play space that's been kind of left open basically. So we offer 36 different colors of base plates that are stackable in different shapes and sizes, along with a lot of other innovative brick construction toys that allow kids to use their imagination and play with bricks in a new way.
Now, how long has Strictly Bricks been around? Is this something that's been around a while?
Not that long. We started about 3.5 years ago. So our company, Bryan's Toys, has been, I started back in 1994. But Strictly Bricks, we just launched about 3.5 years ago, and our products first came onto the market online in about 3 years ago, first quarter of 2015.
That's really, really cool. Again, strictlybriks.com is their website. I'll throw a link in our show notes to make that easy to find as well. And I'm on that site right now, and I'm looking at all the different, you had mentioned, different colors and different things. That's really cool. It's got to give kids the opportunity to maybe even be a little more creative when you have more fun colors and more fun shapes and things to work with.
Yeah, so, where the leading brands have gone over the last really 15 to 20 years is model making kits, following the instructions and making some fairly incredible pieces. But what's kind of been missing, certainly you can still do it, but it's just, most of the sets are very specific. You build them once. You are afraid of taking them apart because they take hours to put together, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
But what it makes it more difficult to play like we did when we were kids, which was just to kind of build and use your imagination. And so we've kind of started with that as a core, and then trying to let the kids be the designers and the engineers and give them the colors, shapes, and sizes that they might want, but haven't had the option for. And what we've tried to do is add in a lot of new features. So, for example, we have our stackable base plates, and we introduced the stacker piece, which is like a 2-inch pillar, which allows you to stack base plates and create brick towers and all sorts of things that kids can create. And we've created 3D bricks, which allow for building not only vertically but also horizontally. Trap and gap base plates, which in essence allow for trap doors and ramp extensions. So you can bring. So one thing we try to encourage is bringing all of your toys or other toys beyond just bricks and playing together. So so the trap and gap works real well for bringing cars in to create like a parking garage, or action figures, and the good guy fights the bad guy and pushes him through the trap door, things like that, to really encourage kids to have fun in a new way, but and with not just their bricks, but also with with their action figures or their Shopkins or their dolls or their cars, etc.
Again, the company is called Strictly Bricks, or the website anyway, strictlybriks.com, and it's BRIKS. I want to make sure we say that. Again, I'm going to throw a link in the show notes to make it really, really easy, but we're visiting with Bryan, and he is the founder of the company. And I love the slogan on the website here. I'm looking at the website now. It says Strictly Briks, dream, create, grow. And that's one of the things that kind of drew me to wanting to talk to you is I think that nowadays kids use their imagination less and less because they get stuck in front of a video game or in front of some sort of digital device where they basically maybe push a button, but that's about it. And then somebody else is doing all the entertaining. When I was a kid, we had like Tinker toys and we had, bricks like this and we would play with those and there were no rules. I mean, we didn't get instructions handed to us and say, when you're done, it's going to look like this. We were handed a pile of bricks and we just kind of stuck them together. And I think that made it was a lot more fun because we had to use our imagination. So I love the dream, create, grow. That's a great concept.
Yeah, thanks. And there's no question, when your audience gets a chance to view some of the pictures on our website, they'll quickly get a grasp for what you're talking about with our products. And there's no question that just the general idea of playing, imagining, problem solving, those are all things that are important as kids grow up. And when you look to careers and adulthood and everything else, I've got so our business is a family business. So I've got my wife is our photographer. And Sony and Eric, who are the kids you'll see in all of the different media shots and on the packaging and the different videos and so forth, are our children. So Sonia is 11, Eric is 8. And, so I know firsthand, and we started Strictly Briks as they were a little bit younger, 7 and 4. And, and that's been a critical part of really the founding and the growth and evolution of Strictly Briks is having kids in a family that are, kind of right at the ideal age as we began, so that it's very easy for me to see that as the CEO of the company, and I don't even really have to think about it. It's just kind of, organic that, when you have kids of that age, that you want them, you want to encourage the type of play that you were describing. And so we definitely, and our kids play on plenty of digital media like other kids too, but they do really love playing and having the bricks and the flexibility and the encouragement. It's exciting to see because the kids, and they do love, kids in general, definitely do love the play off of the digital when they have it presented to them. But yeah, I mean, for sure, kids today need to be exposed and need the opportunity to imagine and create and problem solve too. Because kids don't think of it that way, but when they're building new things, they're learning skills that they think they're playing, and they are, but there's valuable skills being gained there too. So.
Well, again, our guest today is the CEO and the founder of Strictly Briks, and the website strictlybriks.com, and it's BRIKS. We're going to throw a link to that in the show notes. Bryan, thank you again for taking the time to chat.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Again, Bryan Semling, and the website strictlybriks.com. It's a cool concept. I'm going to throw a link in the show notes to make it really easy to find, and that's at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers, or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
France was still executing people with the guillotine when the first Star Wars movie came out.
Whoa,
yeah,
really?
So they were still using the guillotine all the way up into the late 70s in France.
Cow.
Yeah. All right, that's our fun fact. Thanks for listening this weekend. You are tuned in to the John and Heidi Show, and we appreciate it.
John and Heidi.
Make plans to join us for the second annual 80s in the Sand. My wife Heidi and I went last year. It was so much fun. And guess who's going to be there this year? It's Brett and Michaels.
Hello, everybody. It's Brett Michaels. I will see you at 80s in the Sand, Tuesday, November 6th, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I promise you, this is going to be the ultimate concert, party, best night ever. Let's rock on, my friends.
Get your tickets now at 80sinthesand.com. Over 90% of the tickets are sold. Don't wait. 80sinthesand.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. And today's word, I'm going to see if I can say this correctly, defenestrate. Defenestrate. What do you think defenestrate means?
Couldn't tell you.
D-E-F-E-N-E-S-T-R-A-T-E. Defenestrate. Kind of, I haven't even looked at what it means, but it almost sounds like defense is part of the word. I don't know. Let's check it out now. Verb, a throwing of a person or thing out a window. Oh, well. Throwing a person out a window is defenestrating them. Usually, swift dismissal or expulsion as from a political party or office. So if you're like kicked out of the party or you're like removed from office, you're being defenestrated. So also defenestration is a noun form. So defenestration used in a sentence. I'm not going to read it. There's a big long sentence. I'm not going to read all that. That's going to do it for today's grandiloquent word. Once again, it is defenestrate.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Time now for some weird news this weekend. Police in Tennessee say a youth football coach was shot and wounded after breaking up a fight that involved players and the opposing team. Nashville police say in a statement that 42-year-old coach is recovering from 2 bullet wounds to his right leg. This was last Saturday at a high school during an altercation where a man who supported the other team is the one that shot him. Police say the man was angry about the way the coach intervened in a fight and asked the coach to meet him under the bleachers. The coach then said the man pulled a pistol out and started shooting.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's crazy. Authorities say the man fled in a vehicle. They say the shooter's photo was taken by surveillance camera, and detectives are trying to confirm his identity. They may have found him now. This is from last Saturday, so it's a week old. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That's what happens right there when people let their emotions just kind of run wild. You're watching a game and you get all caught up in that. I remember our daughter was in basketball for like half a season, and my wife Heidi over here, she didn't shoot anybody, but she would get all like yelling and screaming all the time. Go, do this, do that. I'm like, you don't even know what they're doing. Run. Come on, Taylor, box her out. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I can see how people get
what
so
happened
riled
to
up.
you?
I do.
Sports mom over here. Thanks for listening to some weird news this weekend. Now your moment of duh. Actually, this should have been our weird news, and our weird news should have been our moment of duh. I feel bad. I got them backwards, but this is more weird news. It's not a fairy tale, but there is a unicorn involved, and it's a rainbow unicorn, Heidi. This happened in Minnesota on Fish Lake about a week ago. The officers had to pull some women to rescue. They were stuck in a raft out in the weeds. A deputy threw a rope to the women while the other recorded it on video. He's like, hey, I'm going to help. Oh, yeah, you're going to help?
I got the camera.
I'm going to get a shot of this. Anyway, they tweeted saying, with a handful of laughs and some mad rescue roping skills, they were pulled back to the dock. The deputy who threw the rope says the women would have had trouble getting out of the mucky lake unassisted, and they would have. It would have been tough. Have you seen the video at all or no?
I read about it. I didn't see the video.
Floating around for over a week now, and you can find a link to it if you want to read all about it. If you want to see the video, there's a link in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
If you want to grow your business, you can add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers or a combination of both. There's no other way to grow your business. Just those two. Add more customers or sell more stuff to your current customers. And if you already have a relationship with your customers and you have their email address, you can reach out to them with special offers to easily grow your sales, and you'll make your customers even happier. Let the experts at Constant Contact help. Get a free trial now. Text Radio Trial to number 22828. That's Radio Trial, all one word, to number 22828.
Time now for fake news or Florida as I perch my papers here so my peeping
You act
wife
as though
can't-
there's money at stake here or something.
My integrity is at stake, Heidi. I can't just give these to you. That wouldn't be right. I mean, there's others at home that are trying to guess, too.
Okay.
I can't just let you have the answers. This is where we play along at home, and you try to guess, is this fake news or something that happened in the great state of Florida? You ready, Heidi?
I'm ready.
All right. Fake news or Florida? A Florida man accused of pretending to be a licensed psychologist pled guilty to practicing without a license and defrauding patients out of thousands of dollars. Fake news
Florida.
or Florida? That is a Florida story. Now, was it too detailed? Is that how you knew? So I think it's really sad that somebody did that. I don't have another story, so that's all we're going to do. I'm going to just do the one. I think it's sad that they did that. But here's the thing I can also tell you. If people that went to him were happy afterwards, did he really hurt anybody?
I mean, really, if you're just giving advice, what kind of a license do you need? We give advice to people all the time.
I give advice, but I don't do it pretending to be a psychologist. I think that's the big. I think that's the big difference, Dr. Heidi. Is that oh wait, you're not a doctor. When this person, a Florida man, when he was doing it, he was pretending to be more qualified. Coming up, we got some good news that's on the way.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think we've got some good news for you here. Good news comes your way courtesy of Odiva. That is the monthly subscription service just for the ladies. All of the details for Odiva at radiosavings.com. And I'm going to talk really slow because my computer is going slow. You ever have that happen? I just don't understand what in the world is going on sometimes. When I click on here, it just seems like, for whatever reason, my computer goes quick. Here's the headline. Man creates elaborate cardboard castle to reconcile with his cat. And it worked. This is our good news today, Heidi. What are you laughing about?
What?
You're making it sound like this news is not good news.
This could have been weird news.
This could have been weird news, but it's good news. It's really cool. Have you ever loved somebody so fiercely that you insisted on building them a castle? Well, that is what Billy Brown did for his cat. In a recent YouTube video, he explains that he had been forced to give eardrops to his cat, Rufus, as a means of treating a nasty ear infection. If you've ever had to do that, you know that they don't like that. They're not fans. Rufus hated it. Unfortunately, they were painful, and Rufus was not really interested in hanging out with this dude anymore. He had to do this for 2 weeks. He had to catch him and hold him down and put eardrops in. So, as a way to reconcile with his beloved feline, he built a castle out of cardboard boxes. And on here, you can see, if you go look at the video, you can see this castle. It's actually pretty cool. So it is good news. And here's why I wanted to share this as good news, because there are people right now who have to do this kind of thing. I just, in a meeting yesterday, had somebody that was talking about taking their cat to the vet. And they were saying that, it is so hard to get my cat to go in the carrier because she knows where she's going. And she said, I get scratched up and, so maybe build the cat a castle. It worked for Billy Brown. There you go. See? And if the cat goes into one of the cardboard boxes, then you just put a lid on that box and take that cat to the vet. That's a good idea right there. Maybe not. That is not my plan. If you'd like to see the video, you can find that. Leave me alone. You can find that.
I honestly have no words for this story.
Thank you. You can find it in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.